Welcome back to PERK'S reCAP podcast. We are back again, and it is time for the Super Bowl preview show. It is here. It's just a few days away. We're going to give our predictions, our score predictions, get all into it, get into some coaching moves and hires, and a little game at the end of this that we're going to play as well. So you guys ready for all that?
Can't wait.
Okay. Well, with me, of course, is Alan Brandon. We're going to get their thoughts on the game, of course. But Al, you said you had a little bit of you had some news on the coordinators. Why don't we do that first? We'll save the game for after that.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Well, let's start with the stuff that affects our personal interests first. I'll do the Eagles since that one happened first. They hired Sean Mannion.
Yep.
And I got to say, I was pretty down in the dumps last week about this whole situation because really I just had my eyes set on Mike McCarthy and or Mike, the guy that ended up going to San Diego.
McDaniel, yeah.
Which is actually L.A. Sorry, my references tend to be 80s. But after having a little while to digest this, I like it. So I'm absolutely okay with it. He's young. He's accelerated through the coaching ranks, and then they hired Josh Grizzard as their pass coordinator for the offense to go with him, who was the OC for the Tampa Bay the last couple of years as Baker was resurrecting his career. So in the end, I'm kind of happy with it. There's a little bit of an unknown because he's young and he's never been a play caller. So there's some risk there for sure, but I don't hate it, which is way better than I thought I was going to say when we went off air last week. Thoughts, anybody?
Well, yeah, it's like any of these young hires, it could work out or it could crash and burn. But you give these people opportunities, you never know what could happen. He could turn out to be awesome. He could just kind of turn out to be meh and just fine. Yeah. Or, like I said, it could crash and burn. I think coming off of the crash and burn that you just experienced, you really need he needs to understand that, hopefully, and at least be serviceable.
Yeah. Yes. I am 100% with you. Brandon?
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat as Craig. I don't really have much to say individually about the hire, but the talent is there. Just needs to make sure he kind of figures out that weird situation the Eagles had with figuring out what to do on that side of the ball last year, essentially. You didn't know whether, game to game, it seemed like the game plan was kind of weird, whether it was to go to Saquon or go to the receivers. Everybody was kind of upset with each other. So kind of just need someone to steer the ship there.
Yeah, no identity, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, I'm with you. And the best news the Eagles got this week was as positive as I feel about Mannion, in pretty positive. I'm not doing backflips, but I'm pretty positive about it. Still, the best news they got, I don't know if you guys saw, there was a lot of rumors flying around about Vic Fangio thinking about retirement. That is off the table now. He is coming back. Thank goodness.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, all right. Now, as much as I like that one, I dislike your hire that much. Brandon, what do you think about Matt Nagy?
I'm with you. So the thing about this is they got Harbaugh. Harbaugh does not call plays.
Mm-hmm.
Nagy, he did not really call plays in those seasons with the Chiefs. He was the head coach of Chicago, called plays for a few years there. But the situation was so bad that they essentially had to turn over to their offensive coordinator. Now, with that said, their quarterback for most of that time was Mitch Trubisky. So I don't really know what to make out of all of that. But overall, it's like if you're going to go with a hire like this, to me, it's kind of like what we said about, the Eagles hire and some of the other hires out there. It's like if you're going to go in this direction, at least get sort of a young guy with some upside. And to me, it's kind of the opposite of what they did. So I'm not happy about it. At the end of the day, though, it's the players on the field that are going to determine. And considering we turned over our entire franchise to Harbaugh, I guess we got to trust him for now. But no, I was not excited about this.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I thought the Giants were acing the offseason until that hire.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, now, where is he? Where's my note? Okay. Speaking of the kind of thing you were talking about, wishing you got instead of
real quick.
Yeah, please.
I just want to jump in with.
I'm sorry, Craig. I forgot to go to you. My bad.
No, because the only reason why I'm saying anything because normally I agree with you guys on a lot of stuff, but I actually disagree. I think this is a good hire. I like this hire.
Oh, interesting.
I think this only because he's got a relationship with Harbaugh and Harbaugh knows him.
Mm-hmm.
And as Brandon said, you gotta, at this point you gotta trust him. And I trust him to make a good hire. I just do. I don't think he would make a bad hire. He turned his offense over in Baltimore, offensive coordinators. I think he had something like 7 or 8 of them because they kept leaving to do, go be head coaches or go do other things. And every time it was always a good hire coming back. I think Nagy got a little bit of a bad rap in Chicago because he actually had a winning record overall in Chicago in 1 year, won 12 games and won coach of the year and went to the playoffs.
It also ended in an absolute disaster.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But I do agree with you, Craig. And for me, it does come down to that. Harbaugh, he kind of knows what he wants. He has a relationship with the guy. So he goes with that. I'm just kind of nervous about the play calling overall. But I can't, fault it too much because he is an established NFL name. I just wasn't excited about it.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that, and I could be way off. I just don't think it's that bad of a hire. I think because I heard it all day today about how bad it was, and I just started thinking about it, and I did actually look up at myself a little bit, and the Chicago years weren't as bad as I thought. And regardless of calling plays or not, being under Andy Reid for 4 years?
It was the last 3, and then there were 2 prior to that before Chicago.
Right.
And he came back for a year, right?
Right.
Yep.
I think that can't be anything but good. And actually knowing Harbaugh as well as he does and coming up with Harbaugh, I think it should be fine, could be really good. I just don't see the floor being that low. I really don't. I think it'll be fine.
The point I kind of like that you brought up, Craig, was that Harbaugh knows if you are not, going with a scheme or what he likes, he knows kind of how to get rid of guys quickly and get another guy in there that he likes. So,
that's the other thing too. He's not going to have a long leash of 2-3 years. If they struggle on offense again this year, he'll be out. He'll be gone.
And that's something that the Giants have struggled with over the years. It's like we just kind of bring in somebody else from the Giants brass who they're close with or whatever, and they stay tenured for a long time, don't want to get rid of anybody. So that's something new that Harbaugh's bringing in that I think will work out well for them.
So Al, what about your offensive line coach?
Just that one.
Yeah, I didn't realize he's one of the best in the whole league.
Oh yeah, I've been touting this guy for years. He is the man. There was some talk about him possibly being, they made some noise about him and Fangio that made me nervous because to me they're the best 2 coaches on the staff. And I listen, Sirianni, man, has a wide array of opinions given his level of success, and I understand it. And I even have some of that myself. But I have no doubts about 2 people on that staff, and that's Jeff Stoutland and Vic Fangio. Those are 2 of the best coaches in the NFL in their specific skill sets right now, and have been for a long time. He is the man. This is the guy that turned Mekhi Becton into almost a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, okay, but he left.
No, he didn't.
He left 40 minutes ago. He's gone. He's not there anymore.
What, did he retire or go to another team?
I don't know, but he's not on the Philly staff anymore. According to sleuth reporter Nick Perkins, my son, who just came in and told me he's like, "Hey, did you see that news? Jeff Stoutland just left the Eagles."
Oh, I can't believe it. There it is.
Yeah, although there's a tweet. Yep, you got it.
Wow, well that sucks. I can't believe they would let him go. I mean, I don't know what would have happened there because he is clearly. Can you even name another offensive line coach in the NFL that's not your team's coach?
No.
Right. He's the only offensive line coach that I hear talked about regularly during game broadcasts. And he has coached up. He coached up their left tackle who was an Australian rules football player, 7th round draft pick into a Pro Bowler. And that's not the only thing this guy's done. He's a legend, and he's been there since 2013. I mean, I'm going to have to do a lot of reading after this to find out what happened.
Yeah, surprising.
Yeah. Whoever gets him is lucky.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about if he's going anywhere else.
I see one of the first things I saw is the Saints are already talking about wanting him. That doesn't mean he's thinking about going there. Wow.
Maybe he got an offensive coordinator position somewhere, but all those positions have been filled, I thought.
He could have, if he really wanted to do that, he could have done that years ago. So it would be very surprising to me. I don't know, man. I'm going to have to just end the podcast now and go sulk. That's a big bummer for Philly right there. They just lost if they let position coaches into the Hall of Fame, he would have been a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Okay.
So, wow. Well, thank you for telling me that. I mean, it sucks, but thank you for telling me that because I had not seen that because I was teaching right up until we got on the pod.
Well, I wasn't on, we were on the pod already and Nick just walked in here. He's like, "Did you hear?" And I was like, "What?" I muted it and he told me about it. So that's why
every time Nick walks in, bad news happens. He's the one that told us Ozzy died.
Yeah. Yes, on air. We were on air doing, and the funny thing is,
oh wow,
Brandon, we've done all sports podcasts except two.
Two. Yep.
We did a guitarist, all-time guitarist podcast, top 10. And during that podcast, out of all the ones we do, Nick walks in and tells us Ozzy Osbourne just died.
And not only that, Brandon, not only that, but it was right after Craig had just talked about Tony Iommi, the guitar player for Black Sabbath.
Oh my God.
Crazy, bro. You want to hear some crazy, wild reactions? Go pull up that podcast, listeners, because our jaws were on the floor and we didn't know what to do. It was wild.
Yeah, we reacted in real time to that.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Back to some coaching news. And Brandon had brought up the idea when we were talking about Matt Nagy about maybe hoping for more of the young, up-and-coming, super genius type that you try and find here and there. And the Eagles took their shot with Sean Mannion. The Ravens got from the Bears Declan Doyle, who will now be the youngest play-calling offensive coordinator in the history of the NFL at 29 years old.
That's crazy.
29.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. He was the OC for the Bears last year, but he wasn't the play caller.
Was he the youngest OC last year?
Yes. He was the youngest in the NFL, but I did not look up youngest non-play calling OC in NFL history. I assume that's him also, but I don't know that for a fact.
Okay. Yeah.
But this would be the youngest guy that ever called plays as an OC in the modern NFL. There might have been somebody, given the galloping ghost Red Grange his plays that was younger, but they didn't track it.
Anybody coaching in their 20s on the NFL level is crazy.
Yeah, it's astonishing to rise that high that fast in that environment. That tells you a lot about the guy, and it's certainly intriguing. And you got to think there's something to this guy if people are after him at that age.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot to say about that guy. If anybody wants to jump in, feel free.
I'm ready to move on if you guys are.
No, yeah, I was just honestly looking because I hadn't really seen much about it. And he was the tight end coach for the Broncos from 2023 to 2024, which I believe is kind of a unit that's overachieved. So to me, the Broncos have kind of been receiver they haven't really been great in the receiver spot in a while. So I feel like they've gotten a decent amount from their tight ends. So to me, that's pretty good.
No doubt. Right on. Okay. Let's see here. We had, the Bills hired their coordinators. They hired Jim Leonard, who I remember as a safety for them.
Yep.
It looks like Leonhard, the way he spells his name, Leonard.
Yep.
They hired him as DC, and they hired Pete Carmichael as the offensive coordinator. Jim Leonard was already in the building. Pete Carmichael was, in New Orleans and Denver the last few years. He was a senior assistant for Denver last year.
Okay.
I don't have a whole lot to say about those two guys. I don't know them well enough. Jim Leonard's a first-time DC. Pete Carmichael's been around quite a while.
Yeah. I heard the hire, and yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about them. again, I think it's a thing where you trust in Sean Payton. So they'll probably be pretty good.
Yeah, if he worked under Sean Payton, it's not a bad thing at all. That's for sure. But I'll tell you what, Bills Mafia Nation is apoplectic over this offseason so far.
It is so interesting how they basically just I feel like they're saying now that it's more the Bills machine than anything McDermott was doing, because they basically just moved everybody up a spot, right? They're like,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Good call. Good call.
Yeah, they did.
Good call. Yeah, Brandon Bead went on some podcast and was cursing like a sailor and telling everybody to screw off. And, that guy has planted his flag in the sand and is ready to just like throw metaphorical punches at everybody this year. And
taking on all comers.
That's right. And he is, his job is he is number one in the fire before the next season even begins in the entire NFL.
Oh man.
Fascinating. Okay. Next, I'm going to jump to GMs real quick before we get back to some coaches. This was the most surprising news of the week to me. The Vikings fired their GM, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, after 4 seasons and being 13-4 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's weird. That's strange.
It was an odd one.
Was he the one who made the statement I didn't really follow it closely, but was he the one who made the statement basically that they regret getting rid of Darnold, or was it
No, that was Justin Jefferson.
Okay. Oh, was it? Okay. I thought it was a coach or a GM.
Well, there might be another quote out there, but the thing I heard with Jefferson was interviewed and he's like, we would have been better with Sam Darnold this year. In the most obvious statement of all time.
Yeah.
Yep. So interesting. I couldn't believe it. There's guys that get longer leashes that have done way worse jobs than him.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Atlanta hired Ian Cunningham as their GM, who was with the Bears and the Eagles the last few years. I don't know much about him, even though he was with the Eagles. I don't have a whole lot to say about it, just filling in blanks.
Yeah, yep. I agree. Not a lot to say.
Yep, same. Can keep going.
Right on. Okay. Now, here's a really interesting hire, back to the coaching. The 49ers, I thought this was a great hire. 49ers hire Raheem Morris as their defensive coordinator to take over for Robert Saleh, however we say that. I always forget.
Fantastic. Just fantastic hire. Raheem Morris, I believe he has cemented himself as a really good coordinator and has cemented himself as a not very good head coach.
100%. I'm not a fan of him at all as a head coach. Love him as a coordinator.
Kind of like Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
He's getting
absolutely. And Raheem got his second chance, which Saleh's getting now.
Right, but if he doesn't, he'll go right back to being a really good defensive coordinator if it doesn't work out again.
That's right. 100%.
Yeah. And if the Niners get their, guys back from injury, then they're going to be even better of a unit than they were towards the end of the season here.
He had some toys to work with in that building, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we kind of poked fun at the Jets last time for waiting until like 6 offensive coordinators have been hired to fire theirs. And then they ended up hiring a guy who's near and dear to my heart, Frank Reich. I'd like to get your guys' thoughts on this before I say anything about it. Brandon, you want to go first this time?
Yeah.
If you have any thoughts at all, feel free to pass.
Al, you might be like rubbing your microphone or your finger over your microphone.
I'm not touching my phone. It's sitting on my chair arm.
Brandon, I hear sometimes it literally sounds like something is going over the microphone.
Oh, okay. So I will sit still here if I'm doing something. I always, I'm a walker, so I like walking around while I'm recording.
No worries, man. Yeah. Not a big deal at all.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, Frank Reich is somebody who's been obviously in the NFL a long time, but I believe he's been out of the NFL for a few years, right? Went to Stanford.
2 years he was Stanford's interim coach, and then he was on the administration this past year.
Yeah, he did a stint in Carolina, was with Indy for a while. I mean, at least he's an established, name, which is something that the Jets probably need at this point. But it is very interesting that they kind of are going in this direction. I don't know. I don't have much else. What do you think?
He's 20 years older than Matt Nagy.
I know. It's insane to me that they're deciding to go back to the well here with this. But what do you think, Craig?
I actually like Frank Reich quite a bit. I thought he kind of got a raw deal when he was coaching.
In Carolina, I agree 100%.
Yeah, and in Indianapolis, isn't that didn't the guy retire? Didn't
Yeah.
that Luck?
The guy who would have gone to the Hall of Fame if he
That was
didn't
Luck.
retire.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck.
Yeah, he retired
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's a bad coach. I think he's had some weird circumstances, and I think this is actually a pretty good hire by the Jets. So kudos to them.
I mean, those offensive lines, though, are part of the reason why Andrew Luck retired. I don't really know how much that's on him as a head coach, but, you know.
Right. Well, the funniest thing, if you want to, I mean, did we talk about this already, about the defensive coordinator with the Jets?
No.
They had Wink Martindale ready to take the job. Was flying in to sign the contract. He gets there, and Aaron Glenn tells him, by the way, you're not going to be calling the defensive plays. I am.
Whoa.
And Wink Martindale says no and turns around and goes back home.
Oh, I love it.
That's crazy.
Wow. So they then hired Brian Duker,
Yes.
who apparently is cool with not calling plays.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Which makes sense since he has never been a coordinator before. So now he's getting his foot in the door. But yeah.
Down the line with the contract ready to go, all written up, just coming to sign it without discussing if he's going to call plays or not.
That's crazy lack of communication.
yeah.
That's insane. That's the Jets, baby. Yeah. Now to wrap up the Frank Reich conversation real quick. I like it too. I don't know how much I love it, but I like Frank Reich a lot. He was the offensive coordinator for the Eagles when Nick Foles outdueled Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Now he was not the play caller, but that was the first. He was the first in a massive line of offensive coordinators to leave and become head coaches.
Yeah.
So, I'm a big fan. He was a guy standing right beside Doug Peterson when they called the Philly special. I mean, people love him in Philly. So, I like to hire a lot. I'm rooting for him. Not an easy place to succeed, but if he does even a half decent job in New York, it's going to look great on his resume.
That's another thing too, is the Jets is not a good opportunity at all. Obviously, and that's why they're having so much trouble finding people. Mm-hmm. But if you go there and somehow get any modicum of success at all, you're going to look like a god.
That's right.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
So that's the opportunity they can present to somebody who's looking.
100% agree. I love it. Perfect. Yep, absolutely. All right, moving on. Real quick, I don't have anything to say about this because it's a non-play calling offensive coordinator, but the Steelers hired Brian Angelaccio as their non-play calling offensive coordinator. I don't have anything to add. Do you?
No, nothing to add here.
I've never heard of him. I'm sorry.
Me either. And this is the new thing in the NFL over the last few years with the non-play calling offensive coordinators. A lot of them that you've never heard of before getting their first shot at being a coordinator. And then the next move, like Declan Doyle just did, is to shift from offensive coordinator, non-play caller to another team that lets you call the plays. So if people like him in the league, we'll be talking about him getting hired to call plays in the next couple of years. We'll see. Now, some of the most interesting things that happened in the past couple of weeks. The Raiders hired Clint Kubiak, which will be made official after the Super Bowl, as head coach. And I find this fascinating. I love what Kubiak has done with Seattle's offense. What do you guys think? Craig?
Well, I just hate when they do this before the Super Bowl's played.
It sucks, but there's really no other way to do it, unfortunately.
I know,
but it does suck. I'm with you.
If I'm on a team and if I'm a fan of a team and I know my coach is leaving and they end up losing the Super Bowl, then you start thinking, was he really dialed in as he should be?
I hear you. I don't have a problem on that level. I really don't, because these
Yeah.
guys are such pros. I mean, just to get to the point a Clint Kubiak has gotten to in his career, you have to be so laser focused and dedicated that the idea of slacking in a Super Bowl because you're going to be coaching for another team in the next day is beyond comprehension.
I wouldn't say slacking. I would just say not as laser focused.
Attention diverted a little bit.
Yeah, and that's a legitimate thing. I just don't see it affecting it much. I mean, you're talking about, leaving, doing an interview for an hour or two one day, and that's about it, and thinking about it maybe. But I see where you're coming from. I do understand the point.
Yeah, me too. I get it, but I agree with Al. I mean, everybody's goal is to win a Super Bowl, so I don't really see anything taking precedent over that. The only thing I can think of is, and the owners would never do this, but to wait until after the Super Bowl for any head coaching vacancies. I don't think that would ever happen, but it's an interesting thought, but they still have to do all kinds of scouting. There's like Senior Bowl, all this other stuff. So I feel like, they want to get head coaches in there as quickly as they can to work on the offseason. So,
well, the reference I'm thinking of is like in college, when they take a new job, they don't even let them, a lot of times they don't let them coach the bowl game.
Yeah, that I hate. I hate that.
That's ridiculous to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The fact that guys have to choose between like their current situation, even players, and what they're doing next, to me is that's wrong.
I don't like it either, but I'm just saying there's an example of it in terms of college. I don't know if that's the reason specifically in terms of the coach's focus or whatever, but yeah, you don't even get to, most times you don't even get a chance to finish the season out.
Which is crazy to me. And I will say this, Craig, anybody that gauges anything by what the NCAA is living in an acid dreamscape.
I agree with that.
I love it. Yeah, but I do get the question, and it's a legitimate point. So I'm glad you brought it up. Now, here's the most fun one. The Cardinals hire Mike LaFleur. And before we get into what you think of who is the Rams OC, I personally think it's a very interesting and good hire. But here's the fun question. This will now make the second time in NFL history that two brothers have been head coaches in the league at the same time. The first one's pretty obvious because it's going on right now with the Harbaughs. Can either of you name the other?
The Ryans, right? Rex and Rob? Or no?
I didn't. You know what? I thought of them, but when I looked it up, they didn't come up. I don't know if it wasn't at the same time.
What about John and Jim Fossil?
Nope. Good guess. No.
I can't think of it.
I would have never got this if I hadn't looked it up. How about John and Jay Gruden?
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot Jay Gruden was that's right.
But it's because he came back, right?
Yeah, and he was the Redskins at the time. And John would have been still in maybe the Raiders, I think, or the Tampa.
I think it was probably the Raiders at that point.
Yeah. How about that? I couldn't believe it. I forgot all about Jay Gruden, just like one of you guys said there.
I wouldn't have got that.
Yeah, man, you could have let me guess all day long. If I hadn't looked it up myself, I wouldn't have got it. So what do you guys think about that as a hire, though, Brandon?
I definitely think it's interesting. I think I like LaFleur. I think he's done a great job with the Rams. Anybody under the McVay tree, like that is to me, that's a good place to start if you're the Cardinals. I thought their offense left some to be desired this year, but I think they do have pieces. They have arguably the best tight end in the league. You got to think Marvin Harrison, just need to kind of figure out what they're doing with the quarterback position. But I think it's a good hire. I like it.
Craig?
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 coaches that have, the coaching trees that if you're under that tree, it can't do anything but help your career in general and hopefully, help your success as well. And McVay's one of them. Obviously, Andy Reid, Shanahan, there's a few. And anybody under that tree is going to get a chance, and this is his chance now. Well, a little bit more of a chance because was he calling plays or no?
Let me double check that. I'm not sure. I think he was, but I'm not 100%. Wait, give me a sec.
Yeah, I think so as well, because I remember looking at it when the Giants were considering going in that direction, maybe.
But even so, whether he was or he wasn't, to be honest, it doesn't really matter too much. Harbaugh doesn't call any plays at all, and people love him. So um, I like the hire. I think he's set up well for success, and I like the hire quite a bit.
He did not call plays. He was the passing game coordinator, but did not call plays. But still, I'm with you. It's a really intriguing hire to me. Arizona's a tough place to succeed, but I think that's a good chance to take. I like
Exactly. They all have risks, especially first-time head coaches and things like that. Getting a new coach who was a coordinator or passing game coordinator and giving him a chance. Obviously, there's risk, but some are more riskier than others, and this doesn't seem as risky as some of the other ones.
Yeah, 100% agree. Brandon, anything else on that?
No, I'm good.
All right. Now I'm just going to read off the last five the coordinator hires that are the least interesting to me. And if you guys have anything to say about any of them, we can all chime in at the end. So Sean Duggan, new Miami defensive coordinator. He was a linebacker coach with their new head coach, Jeff Hafley in Green Bay. Davis Webb, this is probably the most interesting of these to me, was promoted from quarterback coach to OC in Denver. That guy is a rising star. He's going to be a head coach in the next 2 or 3 years, I think, unless he falls apart as OC in Denver, which I don't foresee doing it under Sean Payton. The Ravens hired Anthony Weaver as defensive coordinator, a guy who's been getting around sniffs as head coach for quite some time now and is a very respected DC. The Browns hired Travis Switzer as offensive coordinator. He was Baltimore's run game coordinator, and he is not related to Barry Switzer because I got excited for a minute. And then the last one, Nathaniel Hackett to Arizona as non-play calling offensive coordinator. Anything about any of that, guys?
These backup quarterbacks, sometimes I'm just fascinated by how some of them end up in the places they end up. Like Davis Webb, about as nondescript as you can be. Like he's just the definition of just a guy. Just a guy, just a quarterback, a backup quarterback in the league for a few years. And then all of a sudden he's just rising through the ranks as a coach. And like guys like, Dan Orlovsky, the guy who ran out the back of the end zone there that time, looking like a fool. And now he's like one of the best analysts ESPN has for football. Like it's so random.
Yeah. Something about backup quarterbacks, man. They just have a lot of time to study, and some of them use it, and it benefits them greatly when they retire, man.
Yeah, I know with Davis Webb, basically on the when he was on the Giants, he was basically like player coach. I know they attribute a lot of his DJ's success in that 2022 season. They kind of attribute a lot of that to Davis Webb being in the quarterback room, helping him out. I believe he comes from a family of coaches. So he kind of always knew, I think, that, I didn't really have long in the NFL as a player. I'm going to become a coach, learn as much as I can and kind of move there in that direction. So, yeah, can't fault him too much. It seems like he is a rising star like some of these other guys that we've been talking about.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Awesome. Anything about any of the other ones? That's all I got for the rest of them.
That's it for me.
No, it is interesting that Nat Hackett there going to Arizona, and you said basically LaFleur isn't calling plays either, and he's not calling plays, so they got to figure it out between the two of them.
That is interesting, right? And LaFleur is going to be a first-time play caller as a head coach. That's very
exactly. It's a very interesting hire.
Oh, real quick too. By the way, since we're talking about who's calling plays and stuff, one of the reasons why Nagy left and went to the Giants is because obviously he wasn't going to be calling plays under, Andy Reid's calling the plays, and he went to the Giants because he's going to get that opportunity now to call plays.
That's right. Yeah. And guess who's back? Eric Bieniemy, who left a couple years ago for the exact same reason.
Yep. Fascinating.
Yeah, because Andy is not giving up play calling. He's been at this for a long time, and everybody knows that's the deal in KC.
Well, as it should be, by the way.
Yeah.
He's been pretty successful, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's all I got, guys.
Okay.
All right.
It is Super Bowl prediction time. It is the Seattle Seahawks versus the freaking New England Patriots. God, do I hate them. I'm done with them.
Shout out to Bob.
Yeah, shout out to Bob. I cannot believe they're back in this game. It still is frustrating to me. But it is what it is, and they are back. So I've seen predictions going for a Seattle blowout. I've seen predictions going for a Seattle close game win, and then I've seen New England close game win. So I would say the only thing that would surprise me would be a New England blowout.
I agree with that.
Yeah, agreed.
If New England wins, it's a close game.
Yep. I agree with that 100%.
Having said that, I'm going to go first here. I'm going to let you guys know. Or no.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. Al, you usually take over. I mean, it's just the one game.
No, dude, it's one game. Go. It's all good. You teed it up great. Keep trucking.
All right. Well, then I'm subscribing to the theory of Seattle wins the game. I think they are the better team. Just flat out the better team. But I am not subscribing to the blowout theory at all. I think this is going to be a close game. New England's going to do just enough to stay in, and I got a Seattle 23-17, kind of a low scoring type game. I think both defenses are good, and I think that just lends itself to a low scoring game. It all depends. Everything depends on Sam Darnold not blowing up. If he blows up, that's the path for New England. If he has a 4 interception game or something, then that's the way New England can win as well. That's another way.
I agree a lot with a lot of what you said. Brandon, you want to take it next, man? Feel free.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've got Seahawks 21-13.
Nice.
I can see this as a game where it's kind of the score is kind of close throughout, but you kind of see that Seattle's sort of dominating the game. That's kind of how I see it going. Just one of those games that is kind of nondescript. All the Super Bowls, generally speaking, are usually lower scoring.
Yeah.
We've had some recently that have been kind of higher, but generally speaking, two really good defenses. We've talked about it in the past few weeks that the Seahawks are obviously like the number one defense in the league, but the Patriots have been playing a lot better. So I could see this as a game where, I would definitely take the over on potential DeMarcus Lawrence or Leonard Williams sacks. I think there's going to be one or two of those in there. And I don't think this is going to be like a crazy great game for either quarterback, but I think that this is one that the Seahawks take in somewhat of a convincing fashion, but kind of close throughout, if you get what I'm saying.
100%. Yeah, no, both of you guys, I'm with you a lot on everything you're saying. Okay, so I want to give you some stats here real quick before I give you my number. The Seahawks were, where is it? Number one in points per game in the NFL this year at 17.2. The Patriots were number 4 at 18.8.
You mean on defense?
Yes.
Points allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, not all numbers are created equal because the last time the Bills played an offense that I would consider to be good, they gave up 35 points to the Bills on December 14th.
You mean the Seahawks?
What's that?
You said the Bills.
No, they gave the Patriots
Okay.
gave up 35 points to the Bills on December 14th. That's why I'm saying not all numbers are created equal because Seattle 17.2 is a lot more impressive. I mean, it's more impressive anyway, but it's way more impressive than the Pats 18.8 given the schedule is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you look at their schedule, tell me if you disagree because tell me another good offense they played. They played the Ravens on December 21st without Lamar Jackson. And then they played the Jets, the Dolphins, the Chargers with Justin Herbert's broken hand in the first round of the playoffs, the Texans. Anybody want to make a case there's a good offense in there?
Yeah. Nope.
You know? So,
Yeah.
and then you got to go back a long way before that, maybe the Buccaneers in early November, the last time they played a good offense before then. So all that to say, the Patriots are a good team. I'm not going to overstate that they're not. But they, if you just want to look at it by the numbers, the Seattle's defense is significantly more impressive. The other thing is Drake May has a shoulder issue. So
Yeah.
the most important player in their team is dinged up.
Yep.
So all that together, man, all that combined, I'm going Seahawks. I'm going 27-20. I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots win this game. They're a good team. If Drake May's healthy enough to play at his peak and Darnold has a couple picks, or just, it doesn't even have to be that necessarily, although I agree that's reason number one the Seahawks could lose this game, Craig. Yeah, I'm going Seattle. I just think they're better. Their defense is better. Their offense is better. I'm going to take them 27-20. I think it's going to be a close game down to the end with the Patriots driving to try and get that game-tying touchdown in the last couple minutes.
I'm going to go with something a little different, too, in terms of I think that this game, more than most, is set up to be possibly the first non-QB MVP in I don't know how long.
Oh, interesting.
I could definitely see this game being a non-QB MVP because the QBs haven't been playing that great in either one of them.
They've also been playing it. No.
Yes, I understand that. But if there's
anyone
that's
You're
set
right.
up nicely for somebody else to finally win one of these, might be the year.
I wouldn't mind that at all. And it could be, if we're going Seattle non-quarterback MVP, my money's on JSN.
Yep, or Kenneth Walker.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I literally wrote down in my predictions the MVP being JSN.
Nice.
Awesome. I think that this is going to be just one of those games where both quarterbacks throw for 160 yards or something, and JSN has 110 of those, and like a one or two heaves or something like that, maybe that he can get, behind the defense or something. I see it as one of those games.
Love it.
Yeah, I do too. Okay.
Good call.
Oh, Joe also agrees with us, by the way. 27-16. We are all right in the range, right in the same 23-17, 27-20, 27-16, 21-13.
Hey, great minds, hopefully.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Or we all suck.
If we're all wrong, oh man, that would suck.
Patriots win 45-42.
That's how it would go.
Yeah, that would shock me.
Me too, man. Me too, big time.
I mean, the Rams last week, it wasn't the most impressive performance on the ground, but they ran for 114 yards. Part of me is the Patriots, their path to success might be, getting Ramondre downfield, sort of just plotting, getting 4 or 5 yards a carry. Just sort of running it out and playing good defense. That might be the way that they take it, aside from just Darnold imploding.
I agree. They can win this game without Darnold stinking. I agree. They're good. Listen, this game, it would not surprise me at all if the Patriots win this game. Like Craig said earlier, the only thing that would surprise me would be a Patriot blowout. That's the only thing that would raise my eyebrows a ton.
Yeah.
And the only way they do that is if Darnold throws 5 picks.
I agree.
Probably. Yeah.
And it's still, by the way, the people that want to say Darnold, the issue with Darnold is over after playing awesome last week, which he did, and to his credit, he played incredible. But it is not over. The dude still threw 14 picks this regular season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he had the most turnovers in the NFL, right? Didn't he?
Yeah, combined fumbles. I think he outdueled Geno Smith because of the fumbles.
Yeah, I believe altogether he had the most turnovers. So it would not surprise me at all. I honestly, I think this might be a game where both quarterbacks have a pick.
Yeah, I would bet on that. Especially because of the good Ds, too. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Some of these, okay. So we're going to we're going to play a game. You and Al.
All right.
Brandon.
Awesome.
So we're going to do Super Bowl trivia.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. I love it.
Some of these are insanely difficult.
Yeah, I'm not going to remember.
I'll start with an easy. What I'm going to do is give I'm going to go 1 each. So I'll give one to Brandon. If you get it right, we go to the next question. If you get it wrong, Al, you get a chance to steal it.
I love it. This is great. Go ahead, Wink Martindale.
I'll give 2 points for a right answer and 1 point for a stolen right answer.
Big bucks, no whammies. Let's go.
All right. And like I said, some of these are really hard and some of these are kind of random. Like this, the next easier one I'll give to Al, but Brandon, your first question I think is pretty easy, but maybe you don't know it. What is the Super Bowl curse commonly believed to affect?
The Super Bowl curse commonly believed to affect.
Basically, what is the Super Bowl curse?
I don't know if I did know this and my mind's just going blank, or I don't know this. But I'm going to pass. I cannot remember what this is about.
I'm going to kick my own butt after this, but I'm with Brandon. I am completely blanking on what the Super Bowl curse is.
Really? Okay. I thought I'm sorry. The Super Bowl curse is the following year the team that lost the Super Bowl doesn't make the playoffs.
Oh, yes, I do remember that. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And, I should know that for sure being an Eagles fan. Well, although it didn't happen this year. They just got knocked out in the first round, but yeah.
There's a bunch of questions about like halftime shows. I'm not going to do those. Like who performed the halftime show during Super Bowl 35?
Good heaven.
35. I'd have to remember which Super Bowl that was.
All right. The next one that's not about the halftime show. Okay. What year did the NFL begin using Roman numerals to designate each Super Bowl? Al.
I'll say 1984.
Nope.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember what Super Bowl we're on right now.
62 or 61.
All right, so I'm going to say 77. No,
71.
71. Oh, that was that early.
Yeah.
Super Bowl 5 was Super Bowl V, and that was the first.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Okay. Brandon, which team won the Super Bowl in 2001?
Is it, so it's 2000 to 2001?
The years are the year the Super Bowl itself was played.
Okay.
This was, so this was the first Patriots year, right? So I'm going to say Patriots.
Wrong. You should know this, by the way.
Wait,
Ravens.
Well, it was the Ravens Super Bowl. Oh, I was thinking that was 2000. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Is it the Ravens?
Yeah, it was the Ravens Super Bowl then.
Yep. Okay, so Al, I'm giving you 1 point for that.
Hey, we got one.
Yeah, so you guys definitely, I don't know, Al, if you know, you guys obviously have some years on me.
Yeah.
I was a kid for that Super Bowl with the Giants. That was the first Super Bowl, or the first game of anything I ever cried about. The Giants got mollywopped. I was a kid. The Giants got mollywopped, and I was so upset about it.
That's awesome, dude. And only real men admit to crying when their team loses. I love it.
Yeah.
My introduction to the NFL, the first game I ever remember watching was the Eagles losing to the Raiders in 1980, to the Jim Plunkett Raiders. And I was not happy camper either.
Okay, Al. Who was the first quarterback to win Super Bowls with two different teams?
Ooh, oh boy. Oh man, I'm going to kick myself in the butt. I know this. Geez, there's only so many that won multiple Super Bowls.
I'm going to give you another 15 seconds.
Yep, whistle the Jeopardy theme and then cancel me.
5.
I can't think of it, man. I'm gonna hate myself.
Brandon, to steal.
Do they have to be starters or can they just be on the team?
This is starters.
I don't know if it's happened before this. I'm just going to go with Peyton Manning.
You are correct.
Yes.
Oh,
Peyton Manning with the
very nice. I should have known that.
with the Broncos and Colts.
My first thought was Brady, but I was like, all right, it's definitely happened before that. So I was going back. And I was like, I don't know if it's happened before this, but I'm just going to go with Peyton.
Man. And he's also the answer to another question. Who's the only quarterback in NFL history to win a Super Bowl while throwing a ball no faster than 10 miles an hour?
Yeah. Noodle arm Peyton. Yep.
The second one, yeah. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Another halftime show one. Why do I have so many halftime show questions? Hey, who's the first female artist to headline the halftime show?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Okay. Who owns the record for the most passing yards in a single Super Bowl game? Brandon.
Most passing yards in a single Super Bowl game. Dang, I'm trying to think back to all the Super Bowls with a lot of,
I'll give you 15.
Nick Foles.
Wrong. Good guess. Wrong.
That was one of my thoughts. That's cool you said that. Since you said that, I have two thoughts. I'm going to go with one just because of the pure amount of times he had a chance to do it. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is correct.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking too. But I was like, Nick Foles, I think had more yards than him in that other Super Bowl, which was like crazy high scoring. So, dang.
The other one I was thinking was Steve Young, the year they put 55 or whatever it was on the Chargers. But yeah, no, Brady made the most sense. after you took Foles, thank you, because I was also thinking Foles.
Yeah.
If you guys get this, your knowledge is to be bowed before. Who holds the record for the most rushing yards in a single Super Bowl game?
Is this me, Craig?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, this is Al.
Okay. Oh man, that's a tough one. Jeez, how about I'm just gonna go with a name that popped into my head. How about Corey Dillon?
Not a bad guess. Wrong.
Yeah, it might be. Man. I feel like I've heard this question before, and it was a name that was nondescript.
I'm astonished that this is the name.
Yeah, so it's not this, but I'm just going to say Emmitt Smith, but I know it's not him.
You were half right. It was Timmy Smith.
Oh, the Redskins, the Doug Williams.
Oh, that was
team.
the Doug Williams team.
Yep.
Oh man, that's a good one, Timmy Smith.
I feel like I heard that question this week, but I couldn't even tell you after hearing the question who it was.
That's great, man. Timmy freaking Smith. Good one.
Okay, Brandon.
Yeah.
I have a chance for 3 points here because name the two teams that are tied with the most Super Bowl losses. If you get one, I'll give you 2 points. If you get both, I'll give you 3.
All right, I'm going to go with the Bills.
Wrong.
Whoa!
Really? Okay.
2 points. If you get them both, or 1
Dang.
point.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Al, you can steal if you want.
Oh, okay. A Viking.
You guys are both wrong. You know what? I'll let it keep going. Back to Brandon. If you get one, this is just for 1 point if you get one of them.
Okay.
From here on out.
More than the Bills. That's crazy. All right.
I have a guess.
Green Bay?
Nope.
Dang.
Al, for one more point, and then I'll give you guys a hint if Al doesn't get this one.
Yeah, I was going to say Patriots.
Patriots, correct.
Patriots is correct.
Yeah, I was going to say Patriots because they lost that one in the
There's one other one, Brandon,
80s.
if you want to try to get it.
Uh,
Since we're, we got to move it here. It is 5 losses for both of these teams. New England and this other team have 5 Super Bowl losses.
Chicago?
Nope.
I don't know.
I'll have to get the other point.
How about Redskins / Commanders?
Nope, it is the Denver Broncos.
Oh,
Oh.
I forgot they lost a ton in the Orange Crush and then in the Elway era. Yep. Great question.
Yeah, that was a good one.
All right. We're going to wrap it up here. We're going to go a few more. You're never going to get this. Who scored the first touchdown in Super Bowl history?
Who's up?
Oh, it is Brandon.
Oh, Brandon, sorry.
The first touchdown in Super Bowl history?
Yep. Think, you got to think back to.
This is before this guy played, I think.
It doesn't say the year, but I would imagine it's either Super Bowl 1 or Super Bowl 2.
This was before he played, I believe. Bart Starr. I don't know.
To be honest, I don't even know this name. Go ahead, Al.
That's awesome. I have 2 thoughts. I just have to decide. I can't think of his name. Oh, I got it. Jim Taylor.
Nope, Max McGee.
Oh, good old Max McGee, tight end for Green Bay, I think.
I think so, yes.
Yep.
Did it say when it is? Was it actually?
It doesn't have a year, which is weird.
I mean, I'm guessing it was Super Bowl 1, like you said, because it was the first one in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, it had to be. Yeah, because the first Super Bowl definitely had touchdowns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, first Super Bowl was 35-10. So yeah.
Did you guys know the first Super Bowl was not called the Super Bowl?
Yes, I know that, but I
Yes,
always
I
forget
did.
what it was called.
When was it officially called Super Bowl for the first time?
Wasn't it just like the What were the conferences back then? It was like the AFL, NFL, or something.
AFL, NFL championship, I think.
Yeah, championship. Yep.
Was it the next year?
Is that Al? You are up. So is that your guess?
I'll make that my guess.
Wrong.
I think it was after. I think the first 5 Super Bowls, I believe, were called that. So I'm going to say the Super Bowl 6.
I was close. It was Super Bowl 3.
Ooh. Well, they picked the right time. That's when Joe Namath made his prediction.
Yep.
All eyes were on that game forevermore.
Okay. Back to Brandon. Who was the youngest head coach to win a Super Bowl?
Sean McVay.
Correct for 2.
Nice one. I think it was John Madden before that, I think.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think so.
Some of these are too easy. Cool.
We both got it wrong the last time you said that, Craig.
Yeah, but what's famously remembered as the helmet catch?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, that one's easy.
Okay, Al, first African-American head coach to win a Super Bowl.
Oh, I was hoping you would say quarterback because that one's easy.
Yeah.
Tony Dungy.
Good guess. 2 points for Al.
Yeah.
All right, getting some now. Okay. This is surprising. Who holds the record for the most receptions in a single Super Bowl game? Brandon.
Most receptions.
I'm going to start giving some hints. This is not way, way, way back. This is probably in the last 20 years. Maybe 25 at the most. No, 20.
Okay. Give me some hints there. 20 years. Sorry, I had a name and it just completely escaped me. Let me.
I'll give you 10 more seconds.
I'll say Michael Irvin. It's not him, but I'll just say that.
No, Al to steal for 1 point.
And it was receptions, Craig, not receiving yards.
Not yards, reception.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the receptions.
I'll go Larry Fitzgerald.
Good guesses. Surprisingly, it's James White for the Patriots.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Oh, yeah. He was so slippery out of the backfield, man.
Yeah, he had a bunch of those wheel route catches.
Yep. That's a good one.
Okay. All right, Al. Where was it? Sorry. Oh. Who's the only player to win the Super Bowl MVP from the losing team?
Oh, wow.
And this is way back.
Oh, man.
I would assume 70s.
I think all the teams the Steelers beat back then. Oh, that's a tough one, man. Dang it. All right. I'm giving myself 5 seconds. Here we go. The only thing I can think of is that 79 Rams team, so I'm going to go with Vince Ferragamo, and there's no chance that's right.
I like it. Incorrect. Brandon, go ahead.
Yeah, I have no idea. I couldn't name for you. I was going to say Unitas. I know it's not it, but.
Chuck Howley.
For what team?
I believe he was a Steeler.
Chuck freaking Howley. I pride myself on my memory of the old days, and I don't even know that name.
Can somebody look that up?
I'm looking right now. Oh, he was a Cowboy.
Cowboy. Oh, yes, that's right.
Was it the perfect Dolphins team, maybe?
No, I think it was against the Steelers.
Super Bowl 5.
Oh, wait.
Which one was it?
Super Bowl 5. I don't think that was the Steelers.
I think that might have been that perfect Dolphins team.
Yeah, that might have been Miami.
No, it was the Colts.
Baltimore Colts.
Oh, that's the Ice Bowl.
No, the Ice Bowl was the Packers.
Oh, no, it was the Packers. You're right. Jeez. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was
2 interceptions and a forced fumble, by the way.
Not bad.
No, it was a 16-13 game, so I guess I had to go to defensive player.
Okay.
Yeah, they were scrambling.
3, 4, 5.
It was either that or a kicker, and nobody wanted to do that.
Right.
Oh, Unitas played in the game, so,
Yeah.
That wasn't a bad guess.
A terrible guess.
It was better than Vince Ferragamo.
All right, Brandon, you are 2 points behind, so if you get this, we'll be tied and we'll go for one more. If you don't get it, we'll end the game right here.
All right.
What city has hosted the most Super Bowls?
Whew, that is a good one. I know what some of the more recent ones have been. Let's see, I'm trying to think how long some teams have been in the league, although they could have still. I know there were some college venues and everything they hosted it at. I'm going to say Miami.
You got it right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I had 2 guesses, and neither of them were Miami. That's awesome. Good one.
I thought it would have been California.
I was going to say L.A. or New Orleans.
Well, I know they played a bunch at
Rose
I believe
Bowl.
the state. Yeah, they played a bunch at Rose Bowl. I believe they played a bunch of Miami's the U Stadium. I don't know where they were playing at. So, or in the earlier days, I believe. I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, just a real quick interjection. I'm getting a Jeff Stoutland update on the NFL Network on the bottom line as we're doing our awesome game here, and apparently he's staying with the Eagles. Just since maybe he doesn't want to coach anymore. I don't know, but he's staying with the Eagles. He's just not going to be the offensive line coach.
So what is he doing?
I don't know. I'm going to have to
Advisor.
do some research to find out, but they're not saying, but it says he's not leaving the Eagles.
Wow.
This is a bizarre story.
Very, very much. We're going to update the heck out of this next week. I'll have some answers.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Guesses. We'll go with Al first. You got to go quickly, though.
Okay.
Whoever gets it right first wins. The famous Chicago-New England Super Bowl where the fridge scored a touchdown. What Super Bowl number was that? Quickly.
19. 26.
Wrong. Al. Brandon, go ahead.
26.
Wrong. Al.
20.
Correct.
20. Got it.
Super Bowl 20.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was awesome, dude. That was fun.
Yeah, good segment there.
I figure it's not going to be too long of a show, even with the coaching stuff, only going one game. So, to review. So I figured I'd come up with something. Next week I'll try to come up with something else because again, we're just going to be reviewing one game and all the coaching stuff is filled. So we need, we'll come up with something, fun for sure.
I love it. That's good stuff, man.
All right, guys. Well, happy Super Bowl week. If you guys don't have anything else to add, I'll sign us.